Hello and welcome to CEO Leadership Training. What brought you here today? You might already be a CEO or an aspiring CEO. You might be leading a team currently or have aspirations. You have a vision for yourself in the future as a leader. You could be an executive director of an agency, an association, or a subject matter expert, knowing that you want to move into a place with leadership where your influence is expanded and you have a greater opportunity for driving superior performance and results in your organization. Well, thank you again for being here because you're in the right place at the right time. Now, one of the first things we recognize as a signal of great leadership is self-awareness. And you've got that self-awareness given that you have opted to take a program like Becoming a Great CEO and a Great Leader. And through that self-awareness, we'll be working on what is it for you? How will you create the conditions in your organization to drive the kind of success and results that you're looking for yourself and for your teams? So thank you for that. So leadership is personal. Now, it's also about having a passion. It really is something that comes from within because leadership isn't about finding followers. Leadership is about creating other leaders. And here you'll see that this is something that I've outlined because it's a very important principle of all the work we're going to be doing together over the coming hours and in this course. Now, the third P in what might have brought you here is the purpose. So we really want to spend time looking at what is the outcome that you're driving for and how can you make an authentic contribution to that. So it may not be for everyone. And if in the course of the time we spend together in this program you discover that leadership is really not for you, well, you've saved time and a lot of headache for yourself and for other people because leadership is really a great commitment as well. And it's rigorous, it's demanding, and it's difficult, but it makes it so much easier when you know what are the principles and the processes that you can put into place. In what ways can we enhance our capacity as leaders to drive results through other people? Now, how many of you here actually have to get your results through other people? Well, welcome to leadership. So what is a way that we can become better at it? Well, maybe you've heard of that old adage, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Well, practice, 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 practice. And for me, that's what leadership is. Leadership is a practice, and that's what we'll be doing together. This won't be a set of lectures. It will be a series of practices, and each course I'll introduce individually, and it acts like a prescription to the kinds of headaches that you might have and to stop the bleeding in our organization, to transform those chronic problems into great results. So let's begin thinking together right off the top. Who are some of the leaders that you might think about? Those leaders who come to mind quickly, or those leaders that you might even be modeling your own behavior after. Now, in the good old days, leadership used to be about masters of the universe. Maybe Jack Welch comes to mind as the lead of GE. Maybe Steve Jobs, a great leader and innovator for the Apple Corporation. Maybe someone charismatic, someone perhaps an elected official, politicians, or maybe a moral leader. Perhaps Mandela comes to mind. Well, these are all of the characteristics that we'll be examining together in specific detail to learn what it is that we can do and how we can replicate it to scale our influence in our organization and drive superior performance. So thank you again. Now, what are some of the things that we'll be doing together? I encourage you to please get a workbook. Get a pen. We call writing the doing part of thinking, and as adult learners, what we know is that we learn a lot from experience, we learn from each other, and we learn from writing things down. So this is an opportunity. It'll be a very substantive course. It's going to be driven by slides with a lot of information on those slides. You won't be seeing me very often because I will be teaching from the substantive base of the slides that I'll be presenting. Now, how can I come to you and present these things to you? Well, my name's Elizabeth Pagé. I'm delighted to spend this time with you, and in fact, I'm really honored to have this opportunity to work with you. My passion, my commitment, and my vision for leadership of the 21st century is you. So when you think about leaders of the 21st century, take a selfie, post it in the discussion group, because it really is about you stepping into leadership and transforming leadership into a very meaningful way that lifts up others, brings success to everyone, so that you drive success and results for your organization. Now, I've got 3 things that I can tell you about myself that might be relevant to what we're going to be doing together over the next many hours and courses we're going to be studying. I have over 15 years of professional experience as a leader, leaders of organizations, teams, and projects. Okay, so you caught me on that. Maybe 20 years of well, maybe 25 years. All right, let's just be really honest here. I have a lot of experience in leadership. I have led global teams as well as local businesses. I came to Washington, D.C. about 20 years ago and joined an international financial institution, and I led projects there. I've also kicked off and led a couple of startups. I was the founding editor of an international journal of environmental science and economics, and ran that organization and that publication, as well as all of the content, for a number of years. Now, I've also switched all of my energy and focus on people exactly like you, the leaders of the future, the leaders of today. And my commitment over the last 5 years has actually to step out of the leadership and into an opportunity to influence and teach other people. So I've spent the last 5 years, I've taught over 2,500 CEOs and executives leadership training programs live online and in the boardroom and in the classroom. I have also been a coach, an executive coach and consultant, and currently provide those services to organizations, agencies, etc., live online and globally. And finally, I'm an entrepreneur. I have run a couple of successful businesses and currently have a business underway, and I do that while juggling and managing a family. So, like you, I'm there every day looking for the opportunity to leverage the leadership that we have an access to leverage the opportunity that technology allows us today, and to really harness that disruptive energy that's in the innovations available to all of us. How do we manage all of that? How do we lead people and manage all of those changing processes? How do we even organize when our organizations themselves are going through change? Well, that's what we're going to do together. We're going to work on all of those aspects and many more. So thank you so much. Come join us on the other side, and we will spend time working and learning together. Thank you, and see you on the other side.